very first blood to stain the human story did not come from an enemy's hand. It was spilled by the hands of brotherhood, born from the silent darkness of envy. Beyond the walls of paradise lies the true beginning of the human story. Adam and Eve had survived the Great Exile, but their journey was no longer just about survival. It was about legacy. In the quiet wilderness, two lives were given to the earth. First came Cain, the firstborn son of humanity, and then Abel. They shared the same blood, the same parents, and the same harsh world, yet from the very beginning, their destinies were already drifting apart. As the boys grew, so did their roles. Cain worked alongside his father, breaking his back against the stubborn earth. But Abel found his calling in the quiet valleys, tending to the living. For years, Cain battled the soil. Under a merciless burning sun, he sweated, he bled. His existence became a constant war against the ground, cursed by the sins of the past. Abel's world was different. On the windswept hills, he watched over his flock. He learned the language of gentleness, of sacrifice, and of faith. Two brothers, one frame. While one conquered the earth through raw force, the other walked in harmony with creation. A silent divide was growing, unseen, but deeply felt. Then came the day of reckoning, a call to give back to the Creator. Two altars were built upon the very same mountain under the eyes of the Almighty. Cain offered the fruit of his labor, the prime of his harvest. but it was given from a heart of obligation, a proud demand for recognition rather than true devotion. Abel brought the best of his flock, the firstborn, and the fattest portions. It was a gift of pure faith, a recognition that life belongs to God. And heaven answered. A divine light broke through the heavens, consuming Abel's sacrifice in holy fire. But upon Cain's altar, there was only silence and cold smoke. Single moment, something shifted inside Cain. The fire on his brother's altar lit a different kind of fire in his own heart, a dark, consuming poison called envy. The Creator spoke into the darkness, warning the angry brother. If you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. The warning was ignored. Cain masked his hatred behind a brother's smile. "Let us go out to the field," he whispered, and Abel, trusting his own blood, followed. Step by step, they walked away from safety, away from their family, deeper into the shadows of the silent valley, where no one could see what was about to happen. In an instant, the mask shattered. Cain turned, the love of a brother, completely erased by a lifetime of buried resentment. And there, in the mud, the unthinkable happened. The first strike, the first pain, the first time human hands took a human life. The earth went utterly silent. Abel lay still. Cain stood over his brother, looking at his hands, suddenly realizing the gravity of what he had done. Then, the voice of God shattered the silence. "Where is your brother Abel?" Trembling in fear, the murderer lied.
"I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?"
"Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." The curse was sealed. A mark was placed upon his brow, a permanent brand of his sin, ensuring he would never find peace again. And so, Cain walked away from the presence of the Lord, an endless wanderer in the desolate land of Nod. The first blood had been spilled, and the human odyssey was forever changed.